marked already, so that's going to be fun. Let's see if anybody gets butchered by encounters. And we've got some berry juice or elixir, everstone or goldberry. Those are some notoriously tough goals to get. So, well, and of course we have release started before level 11 too. That's always I like that goal. That's pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, you see a lot of variance with runners on when they choose to release their starter. It's one of those things like you want to hold on to that starter just in case you need help in Falconer's gym. But I did see a situation earlier where somebody held their starter until late in the race and used it to get their third egg for the 3 eggs goal.
Oh, I see. But then, like, how do you know if it's level? If it's if it gets enough experience to go beyond level 11 or not? If you're doing that.
They suboptimally double-checked it a couple of times.
I'd be a bit scared if you did that, but anyway, Diglett on the card, so that's a pretty easy choice for the runners here. I think that's a pretty decent Pokemon to just go through the early routes with. It's pretty fast, so it should be able to run away from most things. Of course, if it doesn't, then you could just easily get one shot because Diglett's so frail. And have to go back to New Barktown and lose half your money, but they're not going to have to worry about that with Slowpoke there.
Get synchronized Slowpoke encounters there.
Yeah.
So ShadowFrost opted to go for daytime.
I mean, no reason why not, really. Just, I don't really see much of a reason to set it to night for this card. In particular. Well, I guess there is the, I guess the only thing would be for 5 different types of Pokeball, because you can give Kurt the white apricorn, and then go back, and then go back to him once the day's rolled over. That's the only thing I think that would really come into play in this race.
Yeah, that's the only thing I see on there. It is a good idea in the event that you don't find a random Pokeball lying around somewhere. Curious to see if that ends up being the case, if that ends up being necessary here.
Yeah, I mean, it rarely comes into play. Usually you pick up at least one random thing, like a flippin' Love Ball or Master Ball, Level Ball, whatever the heck. But it could matter. Yeah, we haven't really seen anything mainable yet. Just a lot of unevolved stuff.
There we go. Keys can take the Sunkern challenge.
Oh boy, he's thinking about it.
I gotta say, this, like, I'm getting so much less lag now with my new internet. This is gorgeous.
Oh, good stuff.
Watch the restream.
So yeah, he caught that Sunkern just because it's an easy one to evolve. Just use a Sunstone on it. And that's one of your 4 for the evolve 4 different Pokemon goal. I don't actually think he's going to take the Sunkern challenge.
No, not hardly.
No, I mean, he does like to meme, but maybe not. Maybe that's a bridge too far for him.
It'd be
in a tournament.
Be a way to keep this race close.
Alright, ShadowFrost is going to check this Exeggutor. Doesn't learn any moves, being a Stone Evo. But if it has a decent moveset already, he could run with it. And he saw Fire Punch.
The only problem you'd run into with an Exeggutor is that cry. Oh my gosh, the cry.
Yeah, Exeggutor is just like the thing is, it's also not very fast and has a lot of weaknesses. So, but you know, they haven't really seen anything worth running yet. So we'll check this Exeggutor out, I suppose. Dang, he's not even checking the moveset, he's just going in.
Yeah, I think at this point he doesn't have anything to lose by just going right into the rival fight.
And he's a Zubat, so he shouldn't have too much problem. See what moves it has. Sky Attack, Tail Whip, Pin Missile, Fire Punch. I don't know about that.
Yeah, not feeling this this Exeggutor here.
Nah.
No, we decidedly we are not likely to get a full full Diglett run.
No, I think I think you saw about as much as you'd see of a Diglett being run from Lorry. I don't think we'll be seeing any more than that.
Yeah, especially not with release starter before level 11 on the card.
Yeah.
And it's in a decent spot, like a couple of Pokemon goals away from being 2 guaranteed bingos.
So if anybody's wondering, if they release a Diglett, then they can still keep the Kyugo or Diglett goal marked. Goals like that are just like, it just counts whether it's owned in your Pokedex. You don't actually have to have it in your PC or anything. Just as long as it's owned in the Dex, then that goal is. Then you can check off that goal. Here's another Stone Evo though, Starmie. And a Hitmonchan. Hey, Missile's favorite Pokemon, right?
Oh yeah, I hope it's got a better moveset than the one I had earlier.
That's Dig. Hardened, Vital Throw, Dig, Mega Kick. I mean, that's probably good enough, to be honest.
Yeah, it's actually not a bad moveset. Like, and Dig could make some interesting plays a little bit later on.
Looks like he's looking around a bit more, though.
Ice Bird. Big Ice Bird. It does give him a flying type. That's the other important thing about getting that Articuno. It does get him started on those 7 flying types.
So what was that on Starmie? I saw Stomp, Bone Rush, Thunderbolt. I didn't see the last move.
It was Ice Beam on that on the Articuno.
Well, Ice Beam on Articuno, eh?
Yeah, it was Ice Beam, Outrage. I forget what else. You said some of it. Oh wow!
Is it worth that 4 times rock weakness?
Could be interesting. Be interesting to see if he goes for it.
Slowpoke's another thing that you can evolve easily in this modified ROM, because if you want to evolve it to Slowking, you just use a Water Stone on it, and because we make it so that every Pokemon is obtainable by you can evolve any Pokemon into its evolutions without having to trade for it. Oh, it has Mega Horn as well. Okay. Starmie beats Starmie. Ah, dear.
So Keizaron's going to fight youngster Joey here. Get some extra experience for the Articuno.
And of course, it has a rock move immediately. But fortunately, it's just a Togepi, so he'll be all right.
What a great start to this Articuno.
This is a warning shot right there. Turn back now.
Yeah, so both players actually do have pretty runnable pokes. Both the Starmie and the Articuno could be really good. Keizaron's just got to worry about that X4 weakness to rock, but other than that.
But it has Ice Beam is obviously really great on Articuno, so you'll take that.
And for ShadowFrost, that Starmie is not likely to get outsped by much of anything. So
yeah, it's not gonna. I forget if it learns like one move or if it doesn't really learn anything by level up. But it'd be nice if he comes across some nice TMs.
I don't believe it learns anything.
Or a little like Confuse Ray in Vanilla or something, but maybe that was in Gen 3. Yeah, let's Confuse Ray at 37. So that's not really practical in this kind of setting. They're not going to get that high.
So for all intents and purposes, it doesn't learn anything.
Yeah.
Just taking a look back at the card here. We do have Trade a Pokemon, row 4, column 3. So it'd be interesting to see if we get some information on that.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure I've actually... Yeah, I don't think I've commentated one yet where that's actually been on the card. So, yeah, that'd be cool to see. So the Pokemon that you can get that you can trade are Bellsprout, Abra, Krabby, and Dragonair. And I've heard that male Dragonair does work for that, even though she says like female Dragonair only. But yeah, those are the 4 in Johto. If you want to go to Kanto, you can. There's a few more. There's a few others you can trade for there, but I doubt we're going to be going to Kanto. Haven't seen it yet. I don't think it's going to be necessary.
So ShadowFrost ended up running into a problem on this. Oh yeah, double-edged crit from Sneasel. This is second time he's going through this.
Well, he's only level 2. I'm a little surprised he didn't fight the other youngster with the one level 4, just to get a few quick levels. But yeah, he's not getting much experience on that Starmie. Meanwhile, Keys catches a Weedle, another one that's pretty easy to evolve. And he can evolve that one twice in quick succession, so he's already got 3 Pokemon that he can evolve pretty easily, basically.
Well,
that's interesting. There's Arcanine. Now, Keys did not see that. Why is he running? What are you doing? It's on the card! Ah! ShadowFrost, no! Oh no, what are you doing, dude?
it could be. I mean, he could be running from it as just keep its information hidden, just in case they don't come across one later on.
That's a possibility. I mean, Keys is pretty strong with his metagaming. He does he's good at determining where his opponent caught something like that if it's on the card. So yeah, ShadowFrost might just keep this info for later. It might pay off.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing at this point now. He's hoping that they don't run into an Growlithe, Arcanine, Vulpix, or Ninetales anywhere else in the ROM.
Oh geez, ShadowFrost got wrecked by that wild Crobat. Oh dear, it's not a good time for him right now.
Fair bit of early struggles here for him. Meanwhile, Keizaron gets to the 9 in Falkner's gym, and wouldn't you know it, it's X4 weak to ice.
Well, that's pretty nice for him. He's missing with Megahorn too, and got burned by Fire Punch. It's all happening to ShadowFrost right now.
It's coming apart at the seams over there.
It's fine. We finally got it to level 4. Oh, level 5 even.
Level 5. Be interesting to see what all of this Articuno picks up to help bolster that moveset.
It seems to be doing fine with his Ice Beam at the moment, but be nice to have something for coverage against those water types, fire types.
Yeah,
We'll
unfortunately.
get Surf later on for the fire types, but maybe a nice electric move, you know, the good old Bolt Beam coverage.
Yeah, unfortunately, while while Dragon type isn't resisted by much, it doesn't provide too much in the way of additional coverage. ShadowFrost is going to opt to catch the Arcanine here, it looks like.
Okay. No, I don't know. Keys might suspect it's here, or he might even think that ShadowFrost is a bit ahead of him and caught it on Route 32. I don't know.
See, I think like if I'm in this situation, I might even be thinking it's in Sprout Tower. He might have needed.
There's a few options here, certainly. Starmie taking more punishment.
A Dragon Breath TM from Falconer there. Looked like Keys was going to teach it, but it looks like I lagged out a little bit. He might have still opted for Outrage. Meanwhile, Keizaron Stiglet's going to join ShadowFrost out in the wild. ShadowFrost finally making his way into Violet City here. Be interested to see if he goes to Sprout Tower for a little extra experience on the Starmie.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it? I think is it still level 5? It might just be level 5 at the moment.
I didn't see what level it was at the moment.
To the gym, though.
Now his big move, the big move he's got has been Thunderbolt, and it's a Gligar lead or a Gligar 9. So
it's not it's not a good look for ShadowFrost. Yep, like what's my best move here? I mean, Stomp is his best move.
Yeah, I was
really.
gonna say Mega Horn is.
It's still gonna do nothing because Gligar's got pretty sizable defense, and he's only level 6.
Keizaron finding a Mantine on
Hey,
Route
nice.
32. Gives Keizaron his second flying type as well.
I think ShadowFrost might be mating Exeggutor now.
Why can't Keys be purple? So the runners have chosen red and blue as they are the easiest colors to distinguish from each other for colorblind viewers.
Really? I thought red blue color blindness was a thing, but well,
that's the reasoning he gave.
okay.
Last time I questioned him, it did not go well.
There's another Hitmonchan.
The Hitmonchan has returned.
The fishing strat's not paying off for Keys this time.
I don't know if I missed something on ShadowFrost's side, but I think he's just committing to the Exeggutor at this point.
Looks like it, yeah. His Starmie just keeps dying, so I guess he thought, well, this must be a sign. Gotta run with the Exeggutor.
That's a rough spot to get an encounter there for Keys.
Yeah, he has to turn frame now. I don't know, does that make a difference? No, I guess not.
But you never know if you just kind of space out a little bit right after the encounter ends, you end up getting caught by that guy. Wow, ShadowFrost.
Die to a rat? Oh my goodness.
It was Ice Beam Rattata.
Ah! Okay, well now he's getting experience on the Arcanine. It's like Connor B strats right here. Just fill his team with Pokemon, raise them evenly.
We got Yanma for Keizaron as well.
Yeah, he's running into all these goals, and they happen to be flying types too, so pretty nice for him.
Yeah, you know, chat commenting about the Ferret Kadabra goal down in the bottom row. I still have not figured out the connection between the two of them.
Nah, good question. Yeah, I'm not really sure myself. Because they don't evolve at the same level, do they? Because I think Ferret's at 15, and Dabra's at 16. Or Sentra's
Correct,
at 15, rather.
Yeah, Sentry's at 15, Kadabra's at 16. The only thing I did find is that they both learn like a psychic type status move right around the same point. Like kinesis,
Really?
Kinesis and agility. Like I don't know.
that's pretty tenuous, I think.
I mean, it's a stretch. It's the only thing I could find. I sat there and Googled it yesterday, and sat there and looked at both of their Bulbapedia pages, scouring for information.
Hey, look, Keizaron has a use for outrage. He's just going for Ice Beam instead.
He opts for Ice Beam instead.
That's self-destruct.
The exploding King Drum.
Well, okay, well, he has other Pokemon in his squad, so he'll be fine. Assuming he can run away from everything in here.
The man team does give him a pretty good option to run away from stuff.
Oh well, he didn't run into anything anyway.
Wow, there's just items everywhere here.
Early experience share. That's nice. He can evolve his Weedle pretty early then, if he so chooses. Slap the experience share on. Not sure when the best point to do that is. Whether you get enough experience from Bugsy's gym, or whether you want to save it for, like, I don't know, Ekrutik or something.
Yeah, that's a kind of a tough decision, especially when you're running an Articuno. That's going to be on that legendary experience curve.
Yeah, you don't want to give up those levels early, I suppose. Well, I mean, there'll be plenty of experience he can share later on. I reckon he'll do it maybe in Ekrutik or something.
Keizaron also found a King's Rock in Union Cave.
Okay. Just need but these are all items that are on the card, but he could have gotten them anyway. He's really what we would really want is the Berry Juice or Elixir, or the Everstone or Goldberry.
I think we're gonna find black glasses in National Park. I'm not gonna lie. and then they will never see Berry Juice or Elixir, because that's just all the static items are gonna just show up.
So we got Nidoqueen info there for Keizaron. ShadowFrost will get that too.
ShadowFrost not going for fishing strats. He's just going to take the quick peek into the Pokemon Center to set his checkpoint.
Yep. I mean, pretty unlikely that he'll wipe, but I suppose, his Starmie and his Exeggutor, they've fainted multiple times before, so I guess it's always a bit of a concern. But he finds the Yanma, so that's nice. Get that goal out of the way.
So ShadowFrost did not end up seeing the man team that Keizaron found on 32.
No, but yeah, he can probably figure it out though, just based on when Keys marked Yanma or Piloswine.
Well, anyway, he's got guaranteed information coming up as Keizaron just found a trainer with one in Slowpoke Well.
Okay.
Right as I said it, too. That guy showed a man team.
Sacred Fire Entity, not for a few more generations, mate.
See what the 14 here is.
So if Keizaron's paying attention to ShadowFrost, being behind him here, you can probably use that information to maybe help him out with where Arcanine is, because he should know from that the Arcanine's not on 32, so that would narrow it down to 31, maybe Dark Cave, maybe Sprout Tower. But he won't go back and look for that until way in the future. He might not even need to look for it. Maybe the Kenny will be a Ninetales. I don't know. Jeez, he has 5 balls already. Not bad. There's a joke to be made at Keys' expense there, but I'm not going to take that. Too easy.
We're gonna go ahead and take the high road here, folks.
Yeah. Drill Peck Zapdos. Woof. Main switch time? We gotta see it. Are we gonna see the main switch from ShadowFrost? I wouldn't put it past him at this point. His Exeggutor's only level 9. Come on, main switch. Main switch. What are you doing, dude? Look at this.
I'm curious to see what the rest of it is. Yeah, I'm curious to see what the rest of that moveset is.
I mean, if that's Drill Peck, it's only 2 levels behind my current main. I'd be looking at that straight away.
Yeah, this is an almost instantaneous main switch. So unless I missed something that Keizaron caught, I do believe both runners are now at 3 flying types.
Yeah, I think so.
With with ShadowFrost catching that jump bluff there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, check the Zapdos. Alright, let's see. Sky Attack, Sketch, Drill Peck, Dynamic Punch. He's going for the main switch. If you can sketch a nice electric type move, that would be pretty great.
Find himself a Thunderbolt to sketch. He's good to go.
Yeah. I like how it's come to Articuno versus Zapdos as well. Who'd have thought?
Take a moment of pay respects to Moltres here.
Yeah, sorry, Moltres. Not this time.
Bugsy's TM is Fury Attack, so no help to anybody.
Oh yeah, the Seduidos and Moltres, and then there'll be another main switch.
I honestly don't know what I'd do if that was the case. Like, not as a runner. Like right now, I don't know how I would feel about that.
It'd be pretty funny.
I would feel some sort of way about it. ShadowFrost is getting started on Slowpoke Well. Keizaron starting to take out Rival 2 here.
Yep, looks like this rival's not really much of a problem. His Zupat's already evolved though. Into Aeroblast Golbat. Dang. So he's not main switching to Zapdos, or is he? Oh, is he using the experience share? Is that what he's doing? What did he put the experience share on? Was it on the Zapdos, or was it on something else?
I didn't see, honestly. No, I don't think that...
Yeah, looks like it.
Hits a dynamic punch. That worked out pretty well.
Oh, we got whirlwinded. Is that what happened? Okay, my bad. I see. I'll tackle. Gotta sketch that one now, maybe not.
Because when I think sketch, I think tackle.
Oh boy, yeah. Self-destruct Magicon.
Exploding fish. Keizaron picking up his cut HM. He's going to make his way into the depths of the Ilex Forest here. Interesting to see if he ends up picking up the headbutt TM. I can't imagine he would. Doesn't really have a need for it.
Yeah. I mean, he has Stomp, which is almost as good as Headbutt. And it's not like he's going to be using that much anyway on an Articuno.
That is the second max repel we've seen. In a ROM
Just
where they
taunting the
can't
runners.
use repel.
Yeah, I mean, in these races, I keep wanting to see the point where the runner's like, my path don't use repels. I'm just gonna start using them. But I can't imagine it happening this race with column 2 looking so nice.
Yeah,
He is getting Headbutt.
Oh, he's going to go for the headbutt TM here. It did give him a chance to check the hidden item there, so it's one of those things like, you might as well...
Yeah, I suppose
around
he does really. I guess he does really want to see Berry Juice or Elixir, but Headbutt's pretty useless to him, really.
ShadowFrost having a reset at the Tentacruel there.
Sludge Bomb Tentacruel. Stomp is, I think, only 5 power behind, 65 to Headbutt 70.
Yeah, it is only it's 65 to 70.
I forget what. Yeah, I forget exactly whether whether Stomp auto hits in Gen 2 or not.
No.
No, it
actually,
doesn't auto. Okay, so it looks like if it hits a minimize, then the damage is doubled, but it doesn't auto hit a Pokemon that's used minimize. So you still have to deal with the accuracy.
Yeah, Stomp didn't start skipping the accuracy check until Gen 6.
Dang.
But it does still do double damage as long as it connects.
Man, if only Zapdos had Thunderbolt, then that would be Oh, nice crit though. Whew, very nice crit there. That saved him.
An amazing
Petal
plus
Dance,
crit.
huh? That's pretty decent. It's
Not a
too
bad choice.
Helps with those rock types if you don't want to rely on dynamic punches, shaky accuracy.
Keizaron's going to start the bug catching contest here, work on getting himself that Everstone or Goldberry.
Oh boy.
I swear, this goal is so much harder for me to try to complete than winning the bug catching contest.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for winning, well, I mean, as I say, you just, well, I think saying just for anything in the bug catching contest is a bit misleading, but you just need a Pokemon that's high level with high HP. Of course, that's easier said than done, but with these things, you kind of have to guess a little bit. Or is this thing gonna? Is this thing? It depends on your opponents too. It's like, is this thing gonna be good enough? Am I gonna? Or is it gonna be too good? Not good enough? Like that Smeargle there. I don't know. That might have gotten third, or it might have not placed at all. I'm not sure. This Slowbro, I think, might get. I don't know. It is only level 10 though. But Slowbro's got a decent amount of HP. I don't know. 14 Miltank, I think that would win.
Yeah, I think the Miltank there is more likely to win than to place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Belly Drum has cut its HP, so that'll lower its score a little bit. But I think it would still win. Maybe at like 12 or something. It'd have a better chance of getting out of Sona Goldberry. But I don't know. He's gonna try it anyway. We'll see if he gets second or third. That's what you need to get the Everstone or Goldberry.
I won the contest.
He got first.
Yeah,
but he's
just a little too strong.
I think he's going to check the items outside the contest now to see if any of them are berry juice or elixir, because the items are different whether you do it in the contest or not in the contest. The TMs are the same, but the two items are different. So that's the smoke ball, so that's no good. Dang, nice crit again from ShadowFrost. We're getting a few nice crits. Maybe his luck's turning around.
So nothing good in the national park in the way of items. So neither of the items in either slot are actually any good.
Well, he might just grab the Master Ball because that's the first item. So he might just grab that at the end of the contest because it won't take too long to go and get that. But no, nothing on the card anyway. Now Key's just running into a bit of garbage here. Not really going to help him out very much. $15 Cubone. Probably not good enough. $11 Miltank. Jeez, maybe, but that might be just. I don't know. Is that too low level though? Man, you can see it go either way.
I don't think it's going to be too low a level. I think that might actually be perfect.
He's going to try it anyway.
It won.
He won again? What? Wow. He won with like only, what was it, 314 points? So that was just bad opponents, I think. Wow. I did not expect that at all.
Bug catching contest, giving Keizaron some fits here. As I said before, it is so much harder to get second or third than it is to win this thing.
Yeah. $16 Cubone? No, probably not. Stats are just probably just too low on that. Okay, that's too high level. That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Jeez. It's in such an important spot too, because he really does want this goal. Voltor? It's a baby Electrode. Doesn't count for that goal, unfortunately. 14 Drowsy, he's going to try this.
There's a possibility it could sneak in for third.
I don't know. I think it's all of its stats pretty garbage apart from special defense, so I'm not sure about that. Don't think it'll place. Yeah,
Nah, it didn't
not quite.
place.
But yeah, it's just like you just don't know with your opponents you're gonna get. It might have placed with a different set of opponents. Okay, so talking about the slow rope, if it's level 18, it's just gonna score too many points, and he's gonna win the contest where he's trying to get second or third for the Everstone or Goldberry. It's a bit of a balancing act he's trying to achieve at the moment. Oh, the Arcanine Sweet Scent. Ha! Not bad. Doesn't even have to get the TM then. 15 Drowsy? Meh. He's not convinced by Drowsy anymore. Hey look, Miltank's in the forest as well. Oh yeah, we saw that already, didn't we?
I believe we saw that.
Yeah. 50, that's too high level again, I think. 15 slow round.
Yeah, I think the 15 might have been just a bit too high. If it was something closer to 12, I think
yeah,
you
like
could
12
take it.
maybe. Slower's got decent HP though, so like yeah, maybe 12. Like he was unlucky with that. What was it? What level was the Miltank? 11?
The 11 mil tank. I think was unfortunate.
That was just unlucky with the opponents he got. Yeah, looks like Slowbro can just be a bunch of different levels. See, this might work. He might get like second or something off this.
Yeah, I think a 12 Slowbro might do the trick depending on his opponents.
Yeah.
If he gets like the Kakuna Metapod draw,
Also has to get in the ball.
there's always that critical factor.
Jeez, Fire Blast Thunder Punch. Main switch? No.
Be interesting to see how many mains we could go through in a single run.
Also, how many balls can we get through to catch this Slowbro? Jeez.
Now it has managed to chip its health down a little bit.
What the heck? You can't get it. It can't. It just refuses to get in the ball. Oh my goodness.
I can hear the rage coming from Keizaron at this point. If he dies to this, he's thrown 11 balls at this Slowbro already.
It's 1 in 3
it's
at full
12.
health, and it's taking a bit of damage too. And if he gets hit again, then he's just okay.
All right, stay in the ball. Oh my gosh, that better get there.
I got third.
All right, he got there.
Jeez, dude, what an ordeal.
See, it's tough. I don't want to verbally spoil anything, but the card spoils it.
Yeah.
So, what was that? 13 balls?
Oh, I don't know. It was something ridiculous. I mean, I guess at least he didn't throw his hard-earned Pokeballs at it and waste all of those, but wasted a fair bit of time, certainly.
Yeah, that has given ShadowFrost a bit of a chance to catch up here. Forgets to take that quick right-hand step, though, to reset that trainer.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake there. We'll see if he gets info out of it, though. Nope, no info. But he gets a bit of experience from this, which is pretty nice for Zapdos, because he caught it at level 7 in Union Cave, so it's been lagging a little bit behind in terms of experience. So, let's see how ShadowFrost's journey through to get the Everstone or Goldberry turns out.
I would love it if ShadowFrost gets it first try.
What, just like the first Pokemon he sees, just like catch it, yep, easy. We'll see. What's his first Pokemon? Slowbro? Nah, okay, 9, that's...
Nah, that's not gonna be strong enough to get there. Keizaron, meanwhile, is finally through the first trainer of Whitney's gym after that lengthy bug catching contest. Gets his first evolution there with that Weedle to Kakuna.
Nice. So it looks like, yeah, he's equipping it there, and that gives him enough experience. Good to know, good to know.
Exploding Ladybug over on ShadowFrost. Thought he was trying to catch that.
Trying to get that flying type, but Ladybug did not want to get in there. I think that's the third Pokemon we've seen that's blown up on the runners so far. We've seen Kingdra, Magikarp, and Ladybug, I think.
Yep, yeah, that is 3 explosions so far.
17 mil, yeah, that's not going to work. Too high.
And I think something was...
Thunder Punch! Sketch it, dude! Sketch it! Oh, he's paralyzed, though! No!
Sketch the Thunder Punch!
Gosh.
He's sketching it. Oh, no!
Well, he got paralyzed. That was... Oh my gosh, that was so unlucky! Only 10% to paralyze. Oh my gosh.
ShadowFrost is finding all of the low-level Slowbros. And Whitney's TM is Confuse Ray.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Looks like ShadowFrost's going to try this Cubone. 16. Pretty high level, but pretty low stats. We'll see if it works out for him. Yeah, Sketch didn't go through. The paralysis actually kind of saved him there, so he didn't Sketch Crunch in the end. But man, unlucky though, very unlucky, not being able to Sketch Thunder Punch from Miltank.
That would have been a monstrous help for this moveset. Well, I mean, it's a solid moveset, but that extra stab would have been beautiful.
Nice, Cubone gets third, so ShadowFrost having an easier time than Keys there.
Kenya's a Houndoom. Not sure if Keys had checked what the Kenya was yet. I don't believe he did.
I'm not sure. I could easily just have missed it, or either that, or yeah, he hasn't checked it. I don't know.
Yeah, chat talking about how ShadowFrost almost died there. Both players actually almost died to their bug catching contest that they inevitably won. ShadowFrost is going to head back to fight Whitney, while Keizaron is heading for the Pseudo-Woodo. Be interesting to see what the Pseudo-Woodo ends up being.
So he's skipping the 4 Trainers National Park, which I completely understand at this point. That goal, you know, he can't do column 5 or row 4 with the information he has at the moment. So at the moment, the goal doesn't really help him. But he might come back here later if he gets knocked out of Fero info. or Almanite Kabuto or Dactyl info, or even info on trading a Pokemon, because I don't think either of them have got info on that either.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not a Moltres, but it is a legendary fire type.
Okay, okay. It's level 20, time to main switch. I mean, it did have Sacred Fire when we saw it before, didn't it? It still has Sacred Fire, maybe. Huh? Huh?
Yeah, Sacred Fire was a thing on it. Oh man. Could we see another main switch from ShadowFrost here?
Or even Keys at this point. Well, maybe not Keys, because he has, Ice Beam. Which has... I mean, Sacred Fire is great and all, but it only has 5 PP. I mean, it's a wild Pokemon, it just uses random moves. So, yeah, he might still have Sacred Fire and just not have used it.
ShadowFrost has beat Whitney. He has closed the gap a fair chunk due to Keizaron's hang up at the
okay, he might be main switching because he's teaching Headbutt and Dragon Breath to Entei, the supplement its Sacred Fire. Dude, this is
there it goes.
The long-term plays, getting Headbutt just for this Entei. How could we have doubted this man? Wow.
That's
so great.
That is like that's just a fantastic play here. Like he had the Dragon Breath TM still, he had the Headbutt TM. This thing's carrying Stab Sacred Fire, and it's 2 levels higher than his previous name. Like, let's go.
Doesn't have to worry about getting wrecked by a 4 times super effective grass move.
So let's see if ShadowFrost goes ahead and follows suit here. I'd be hard pressed to think he wouldn't.
Yeah, if he'd have sketched Thunder Punch on, he just
ran from it. Oh no,
man! I feel so bad for him having failed to sketch the Thunder Punch. Now I was just like, that would have been so good. Hey, look, it's baby Entei.
Yeah, the paralyze on the Thunder Punch was super unfortunate. Like, that would have made such a huge difference for him.
That would have been massive. Hyper Beam. Alright, yeah, sure, why not? I think ShadowFrost was actually... I'm not sure if Keys saw Sacred Fire. I thought ShadowFrost was the one who saw Sacred Fire on Entei earlier. So, I don't know. I don't know if he just thought it wasn't worth it, or if he forgot, or what. But he's sticking with the Zapdos. Hoping to see an electric move come up soon for it.
This thing's gonna learn Thunderbolt and just tell us all to shut up.
Yeah.
Keizaron picking up his Surf HM now. As ShadowFrost has started the Kimono Girl, so he's only a few trainers behind now.
Mm-hmm.
That Entei's moveset is monstrous right now.
Yeah, ShadowFrost had a much faster bug catching contest, so he's made a bit of time there. Plenty of race still to go. Oh, Keys did see Sacred Fire. Okay. Fair enough.
He's finding a Park Ball, and I'm sure that's the last thing he wanted to see. But he does find a Vulpix here. So ShadowFrost's Arcanine info from earlier is pretty much null and void now.
Super nice for him. That would count for another evolution for him as well. So he just needs the to evolve the Sunkern and the Vulpix, and he'll have done that goal. Self-destruct again? Flipping Arbok living with a sliver.
So we're up to 4 booms.
Oh my goodness.
This ROM has been, for lack of a better word, explosive.
Hey!
Hey. Oh man, my wife would be angry if she heard that pun.
Dang. I mean, so did she know about the puns before you guys got married, or was this like gotcha now? Now I'm gonna whip out all these puns. You're gonna regret the day you said yes.
It actually developed over the course of the marriage.
Wow, it's actually happened that way. That's pretty crazy. Dang, no more hyper meme.
ShadowFrost
Mewtwo, main switch. No, okay. He's had enough of the main switches.
How funny would that have been though if that thing had like Psychic Thunderbolt?
Oh my gosh. Hey, if it had Thunderbolt, you can sketch it.
Yeah, sketch it. Scum it for moves.
Ah, there we go. Nice flinches from Headbutt there. Don't even have to worry about for Alligator. Dang, they're both in the same fight now.
That is insane. ShadowFrost having a much easier time with the Slowpoke.
Yeah, just able to hit things pretty hard with Stab Drill Pack.
They're both starting the last Pokemon at the same time.
Oh, and I forgot he had Petal Dance for Alligator. But he gets put to sleep. Ah! Dang. Oh, and it had Double Beam too, so he's kind of got out of jail a bit there with those headbutt flinches.
Yeah, Keizaron with some unfortunate encounter luck on his way to Rival 3 there. As soon as ShadowFrost gets through this this fight with the Rival, we'll be able to see what the 3 legendaries were.
Mm-hmm.
Still waiting for the Shuckle to be one of them, because at least then I'll recognize the cry.
Well, the Suicune's an Arcanine. That's pretty funny. So it's Skip Plume, something or other, an Arcanine. I've already forgotten what the second cry was.
Yeah, Skiploom was the only one I recognized. Alright, chat. Let's play Name That Tune.
Oh, Dunsparce? Yeah, that sounds right.
Alright, so both players picking up the item finder on this first trip into Ecruteak, so it's one of those things, like, you could hold off on the item finder if you're worried about your opponent knowing where you're at.
Yeah, I don't think they've really marked any goals in a while, so not since like the bug catching contest, so a little tricky to tell where each other are. I don't know, it's would they know that they're this close together? I kind of doubt it. ShadowFrost still hasn't taught Surf to Zapdos, which is I'm a little surprised by. He could definitely teach it over Dynamic Punch.
Yeah, at this point, that is going to be his best play. Like, there's no reason to keep Dynamic Punch at this point.
Nah, you're not like you'd use it for what? Steels and rock types, and you could just like, and you know you could just hit rock types with Surf, and I mean steel types take a fair bit from Surf as well. So looks like he's teaching it now though. Yep, there we go. I think he has the commentary stream open. Disqualified.
Yeah, right. Wouldn't be the first of the two runners to drop in on us.
It's true.
We were put on notice before the race started. Thanks, Keizaron.
Yeah, Keys busted our balls, you could say. Sorry, it was I had to say something. I'm sorry.
I thought we were taking the high road with this one, Gar.
I get one. Okay, that's it. That's it.
I can't believe you. I thought we were keeping this classy, Gar.
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. The low-hanging fruit was there, and I just had to pick it.
Keizaron, just about done with the Morty fight here.
Vulpix again. As if you didn't have the info on that already. Darude.
Vulpix takes itself out with its own sandstorm.
Good job, Vulpix.
Top banana.
Man, I just seeing Sketch in Zapdos's moveset makes me sad at this point. I mean, are we actually going to see it being transformed into a good move? Like the first electric move he sees, you can maybe apart from Thundershot, or well, I don't know. Would you want to see Zapcat? Well, whatever. First decent electric move he sees, he'll be hitting that Sketch button.
Self-destruct.
It's everywhere.
This boom rom.
Oh my goodness.
I think it might be fair to say I make the most entertaining ROMs.
ShadowFrost forgetting where the heck he's going. Little slower to take this bottom route. You go through a bit more grass as well. Not too much slower though, but I mean, if don't use repels on the card, you kind of want to take the top route to go through a bit less grass. But he only got one encounter anyway, just like Keys. Ooh, nice bonus ball there. Level ball acts as a master ball in this ROM because it ignores it basically ignores the HP of what you chuck it at, and it so happens that if you chuck it at something with 255 catch rate, it'll get in every time.
Yeah, so both runners equal in number of goals right now. They do have information on the ones that they are missing from the other.
Yeah, I don't think either of them really has an information advantage, and neither of them have seen Knocked Alfiro, Ferret Kadabra, or Omanite Kabuto Aerodactyl, unless I've missed something.
No, not that I've noticed.
So like they've basically caught everything on that's every Pokemon goal that's on there apart from Nidoqueen. Because Keith has the Vulpix and he can easily just get a Firestone from the department store and evolve that into Ninetales whenever he wants.
Yeah, Keys is definitely more set up for his evolve 4 different Pokemon.
Oh, look, we might be seeing Nidoqueen here. Where is Nidoqueen? Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, it was east of East of Mahogany.
Oh, he's got
Spearo's
Spiro
awful.
info, okay. Oh jeez, what was that? Whirl Isles, Mount Mortar, and Tin Tower. Those are like,
Yeah.
that's really bad. It's like, oh, 3 locations. Wait, no, that's garbage.
He does see that Mantine is on 32 now, though. So he has visibly confirmed it. See what the Shucky is here very shortly.
Gosh, it's so bright on the ShadowFrost screen. I'm not used to seeing this route during the day. It's a Magikarp. Amazing. Dude, that's Thunder. If just get it in a double battle, and then sketch Thunder. Zapdos, easy.
Worst Shucky ever.
Dude, no, it's fine. He can but what if? All right, he could show that Magikarp to the guy, to the fishing guru, and if it's big enough, he'll get an elixir. Huh?
Oh my gosh.
Could happen.
That ends up being the elixir play. First of all, if that's the elixir play, I'm gonna hate you so much.
It could happen.
And second of all, that could be a huge swing in momentum for whoever gets that.
Yeah, can you imagine if like one of them got the elixir and the other one just the Magikarp wasn't big enough? Whew. Assuming that's the thing. I mean, I can't remember exactly how like it's determined, like the size or whatever. So I don't know. Because I think these two have the same DBs. Because it's a trade. Because well, not a trade, but no, it's not a trade anyway. No, it won't have the same DBs then. No. Yeah, it'll just be whatever then. It'll just be random.
Yeah, because I think it goes. Yeah, I think it's determined by DVs, and they'd have random DVs.
Yeah, they'd have random DVs. Okay then. Oh my gosh, that'd be so funny. What a meme that would be.
You see, this is the analysis that you can only get with somebody like Garf here.
What, you don't think anyone else would think of these memes?
I'm giving you a compliment. Take the compliment. Shut up.
Now the question is, will either of the runners think of that?
I can almost guarantee it's going through Keizaron's mind right now.
I mean, I imagine they'll head over. They'll head over to the lake.
I just wonder how much desperation is going through somebody's mind for them to start thinking about that. In actuality, like, I need that elixir, man. We gotta see if this Magikarp's the winner.
Yeah, well, it would be nice for row 1.
Got a bear on the screen over on Keizaron's side.
Oof, with double edge. Scary.
Scab double edge bear. Oh.
Dang.
Well, the problem with column 3 is we're still missing information on Ferret Kadabra, and I don't think we've seen any of the trade mons either.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen any of those yet. So we can't do column 3 yet.
And there's a Kadabra.
Oh, well, okay. Alright then.
Hello, Chuck. Thank you.
Not bad, mate.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, the infamous exploding Kingdra. Oh well, it's just going for Mega Drain this time. Just lol. Come on, show us the boom. You're lolling us into a false sense of security here. No, just going for Mega Drain. Okay. Spikes?
No.
Come on, dude. Where's the fireworks?
There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom!
Dang. That sounds familiar. Earth-shattering kaboom. What the heck is that phrase from?
Marvin the Martian, man.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's a throwback, it just tells you how old I am.
Jeez, yeah, what a throwback that is.
So Keizaron does have his fly HM though, so we are getting ready to move in towards the late game portion of this.
Alright. Looks like you might be checking out the Nidoqueen and Kadabra.
Yeah, Nidoqueen, Ruins of Alph, and East
Oh,
of
he's not checking the
Mahogany.
Kadabra. Maybe he already has his path then, I don't know. Can he have his path? Does he have his path right now? Hmm. Let's see. What can what would Keys' path be at this point?
Yeah, actually, he would have his path with it. Rows 2 and 3, columns 2 and 4, and BLTR.
Okay then. Yep, fair enough. Guess he doesn't need Ferret Kadabra then. Dang. Does that mean we're not gonna see him turn the Magikarp in? Man.
And
Man!
he's starting the Pokemaniacs here. Yeah, that's got to be his path, and he's got to be locked into that at this point. He better go check that Magikarp, though, or we're going to be sorely disappointed.
Dude, I want to see it. So it is a little faster, I believe, to go through the actual mountain. But I guess he's not doing that because he doesn't want encounters because of the don't use repels in the card. That might be the one he ends up skipping.
Yeah, it is faster with repels, just the higher encounter rate in Mount Mortar makes it slower if you don't use repels. Yeah, if he doesn't check this Magikarp, we're going to have to force him to after the race.
Yeah, I gotta see it. Yeah, ShadowFrost has the same info as Key, so he can he can literally do the same path as Keys can. So it could just be a straight race at this point.
Exactly. In which case, Keizaron does still have a bit of an advantage here. He has himself better set up for the evolve for different Pokemon. He's already gotten half the work done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he just needs to buy the stones for the other two.
Come on,
Check
go
the
turn
carp. Check the carp.
Check the carp. Check the.
No,
Aw,
dang it, Keith.
boo.
Oh, lame.
I'm writing in my notes exclamation marks or in all caps. Check the carp. Four exclamation marks because I'm serious.
If you did that, you could just skip defeating the two Electrodes and and catching the Pokemon in Lugia's room. It'd be great. Oh, is he doing it? No, tag it, Keith. No. Oh, I thought Shadowfrost was. I got confused here. I thought Shadowfrost was gonna go up there and check the carp for a minute there. Man, I want to see one of them.
He still could. He still could.
I guess.
I'm holding out hope that he's gonna check the carp.
Come on.
opts to catch the Magmar. Interesting.
Main switch?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, you need to talk to lands, fair enough. Because I think they just complain about, oh, where have all the Magikarp gone? It's all Gyarados now. Or something.
He's going to check the card!
Yes! Come on! Get it! Get it! No! Oh! Oh man, punished hard there. Unfortunate. Anyway, meanwhile, Keeps finding Bellsprout info, so he can trade a Pokemon if he wants. Not that that really helps him.
So shoutouts to ShadowFrost for giving us what we all demanded.
He's the winner in our hearts.
Yeah, I think at this point we can call the race. ShadowFrost wins. He checked the carp.
Yep.
Keizaron's been officially disqualified from the tournament. Didn't check the carp.
Yeah, he calls himself Meme Big. God. Lies. Lies, all of it.
He's half the meme he used to be. It's okay. There you go. There's my
There
joke.
we go. There's Mizzle's one. There's Mizzle's one. Now, if any of us make any more jokes, then we're also banned from the tournament.
Yeah, now we got to keep it classy.
Yeah.
So ShadowFrost ended up fighting Douglas rather than the lady in the middle. I don't know her name.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like he was going to fight her, but then he I don't know. He moved to the left and fought Douglas instead.
Which, I mean, if it had given him some extra information, it would have panned out pretty well. Like if it had given him like fossil info, but didn't end up paying any dividends. So Keys has his Glacier badge now. He does have access to Whirlpool to head to Lugia's room now as well.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, just gonna beat those Electrodes while he's here. So to defeat 2 Electrodes goal, you can either defeat 2 actual Electrodes, or you can come down to the Mahogany Rocket hideout and beat 2 of the random Electrodes in this room he's coming up to.
That does give Keizaron the first bingo of the match.
There's a Vulpix there too. So if he didn't have a Vulpix already for that middle goal, you just catch this one and knock the other 2 out.
ShadowFrost now also has his Glacier badge, so they're still really close together.
Mm-hmm. Oh, ShadowFrost not going for the Electrodes straight away. Looks like he's going for Black Glasses first. Or where's he going?
Yeah, he's looking for the Black Glasses and seeing if he can find the Berry Juice and Elixir while he's at
I
it.
see. He's just checking items. Fair enough, fair enough. He's doing the same, it looks like. Oh, and they're also looking for Nidoqueen.
Yup, Nidoqueen is here as well, so serves multiple purposes here.
So yeah, is it in the grass or is it on the water?
It's in the grass. There it is.
No, that's the water. He just went on the water.
Oh, did he go in the water? I missed it.
Yeah, so works out for ShadowFrost there. But Keys does at least find a flying type.
Oh, you did. Dang. I looked at chat and like was like, oh,
Why
there's
is
a
why,
Nidoqueen.
Wait, why is ShadowFrost? Oh, did he not catch it? Dang. Not sure what happened there. Use your flippin' Master Ball. There we go, that's what he's doing. He has multiples, so
Oh,
he can get away with
he
using that.
sketched Thunderbolt and then the Nidoqueen
wow, it has
whirlwinded.
Thunderbolt. Ooh, that is very cool. Ah,
That is
good stuff. I'm
spicy.
I'm glad he was able to sketch a good move there. Yeah, it kind of lagged for me, so I didn't see exactly what happened, but very nice to see that.
Hey, don't at me. Garth was the one asking about it, man.
What are you talking about? I am totally. Oh, geez, how do you say that name? Meisels. Oh, geez, I don't know. I give up, dude. It's impossible.
ShadowFrost found the Pokemaniac there has an Aerodactyl.
Okay, interesting.
So I mean, he's got a path to finish, but it'd be interesting to see if he finds that, if that changes anything.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he could just if he got the Aerodactyl, he could like diverge a bit there and maybe not do row 2. No, wait, no, never mind. Well, which would be faster? Yeah, I guess not doing row 2 would be faster. He wouldn't have to go down and get 2 electrodes or go to Lugia's room.
Also, apparently you're not in chat. That's why.
I am in chat. I've literally responded to several people in chat this race.
That's why I'm like, apparently you're not in chat. That's right. So yeah, ShadowFrost making his way through Ice Path. He is heading for the black glasses.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he could skip row if he finds the Aerodactyl in a good spot. He could skip row 2, especially if he's not well versed with Whirl Islands.
Oh, you probably can't at me because I haven't said anything in chat, but Mizzle did like at the start of the race. So yeah, Key's getting that Aerodactyl info now. Don't know though. Is it worth checking? Probably. Well, like if you think you're behind, it's probably worth checking.
Yeah, there you go, Garth. You're on your Lurker account. It's
My Lurker account.
Odie the Thunder.
Yeah, sure.
I'm ashamed of that. I'm sorry.
That was pretty good. Oh dang, ShadowFrost has gotten lost now. Or maybe he just wants to check that ice. Did he check the hidden one in that rock?
He tried to. It said he had no more room for items. I didn't see what it was if it showed up.
Well, I guess it wasn't the berry juice or elixir then. I mean, even if Keys did see the 9 tails, I'm not sure if he has any better way of evolving 4 Pokemon than just using the Firestone on the Vulpix and using the Sunstone on the Sunkern.
Yeah, at this point, that's going to be his best bet. Is just to go ahead and evolve the Vulpix. There's no reason to worry about catching the Ninetales since he needs it for evolutions. So ShadowFrost is first one into Dark Cave.
Yep. But this is a little tricky to navigate in the dark. You can't quite just go one direction until you hit a wall and then turn like you do when you're going to catch Pokemon in Lugia's room. But it looks like ShadowFrost is doing alright, getting through here.
Yeah, he definitely knows his way through there. It's just a matter of getting there.
There we go. Got his black glasses. Woohoo! Man, these guys are...
He has to empty out some inventory space here.
Look at that. He's got so
close.
Unbelievable. Ah.
Oh, Keys has escape ropes and ShadowFrost doesn't.
Oh, does he not? Oh, no.
I thought he caught something with Dig earlier. Was that Keizaron?
Keys caught a Hitmonchan with Dig.
That was Keys, dang.
Ah.
ShadowFrost's gonna regret not buying escape ropes here.
Well, maybe he'll just catch the Skiploom for a flying type.
Looks like that is what he's gonna do here.
Yep. Has he actually caught anything since that jump off way back? That's flying
I don't think he has. If he has, I've lost track of it.
Yeah, I don't know if Keys has caught any other flying types since then either. Yeah, Keys doing the Sunkern to Sunflora. Now he's just gonna do. He's got that Firestone. He'll do Vulpix to Ninetales. Easy peasy.
It does give Keizaron 3 bingos here. So all he's got to do is catch a Pokemon in Lugia's room and defeat 10 Pokemaniacs. And he's got a good head start on the Pokemaniacs. Meanwhile, I think ShadowFrost might be lost trying to get out of Dark Cave. Or maybe not. Okay, I lied.
Well, I think ShadowFrost has only done. I think the only one that, the only maniac that ShadowFrost hasn't fought that Keys has is Oh well, Aerodactyl's in bad spots
Ruins
anyway,
of Alph
so-
is about it.
Yeah, and that's Runes of Alph has 20 slots, I think, isn't it? Is it 17 slots? I think it's 17 slots, isn't it? It's like-
17.
yeah, the
yeah,
two.
17.
So it's the grass, the ruins, and the water. Yeah, so that's not that good. Yeah, I think the only Pokemaniac that ShadowFrost hasn't caught that Keys has is the Union Cave one. Well, I mean, and these underground that Keys is going through now, but other than that, I think they fought the same ones.
But this has been a really close race the whole way. Like, they've both gotten pretty much the same amount of information. They were able to swap some information back and forth, but so far it's just been Keizaron planned out his route a little better.
Oh, he doesn't even. Oh, he doesn't even need the flying types, does he, Keys? So
Now
Yeah.
it just needs the Pokemaniacs and Lugia.
no real need to catch those, I guess. Dang. For some reason I had that one starred on his route, but he doesn't need it.
Meanwhile, ShadowFrost's working on evolving that Weedle. Or Kakuna at this point now.
Well, he caught Kakuna in Alex Forest. I'm not sure he's evolved the Weedle yet.
Oh, I thought he just had the Weedle. Disregard. So the Kakuna, it's an evolution. It's a thing. Yes, just a quick reminder that Unknown has better stats than Curlia.
This will be Keys' last Pokemaniac. And then all he'll need to do is catch Pokemon in Lugia's room. And that'll be 5 bingos.
We do have to say that ShadowFrost put up one heck of a fight here. This match has been super close the entire way.
Yeah, I mean, he was a bit behind for a while with his, but like his Zapdos caught up a fair bit, and yeah, I mean his Zapdos were just a little better than Keys' Entei, turned out, with that stab drill pack. He's checking coin case Pokemon. I guess he's just going for the Hail Mary here. Try and do something that Keys won't do, just to try and steal it. But it's looking a little bit. Yeah, I don't think that it'd be tough to see him win from here. Like, what would he need to do? He'd need to, like, just, I guess, I don't know. He's a bit away from the 7 flying types too, so I'm not sure really.
He would have to match Keizaron's path at this point.
You'd
Get it
like
all done before Keys gets to Lugia's room.
find Aerodactyl and also run into Kadabra or Ferret.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, yeah, I feel like Keys' path getting to that island is. I don't think you need to go like round the bottom. I think you can go like up from Cianwood. I think that's a little faster. like up a bit and then right. I don't think he has to go like around the bottom. But whatever, he's at Lugia's room, just needs to catch the Stantler. Just needs to catch the Stantler. I said, just needs to catch this Stantler. Oh, the street. Dang it. Nobody can hear me.
Oh my gosh. Well, now I gotta confirm that we've completely ripped. As Keizaron has finished with a total time on his done button of 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 17 seconds.
There you go. GG. Alright, Keys, I'm not sure if...
That had no fucking business being that close. I'm so mad.
I guess the big thing would be the bug catching contest on your end. Just Everstone or Goldberry strikes again.
I'm so pissed. My god.
I'm not sure if I think that I'm not sure if the stream is down right now. Because the chat's saying like rip picnic and all that. I can see the mixer's still up for me, but I'm not sure if the chat can hear you. So might want to hold off on your reactions for a little bit until chat can hear what's going on.
I'm double checking it from my phone.
Okay.
Quick. Advertisements, though, you know.
Oh, it's back up. Okay. All right then.
Neat. Cool. Toss my phone.
All right. Yeah. So you were saying, Keys, about the general badness of this race.
No, that was BS. I had no business being that close. Straight up.
Yeah. It's all because you didn't check the carp, I'm telling you. Man, I was mad. I wanted to see you check the carp, but ShadowFrost didn't work out for him. So I guess that kind of means that it was not the right play anyway. But I wanted to see it, dude.
No, I wasn't gonna catch 7 different flying types.
Yeah, fair enough.
That was garbage. Such BS.
Hey, ShadowFrost, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
All right, so yeah, where do we start on this race? I guess we could start with your geez, I can't even. So like you both like switched mains, which was pretty interesting because Key started with an Articuno and ShadowFrost, what did you start with again? I can't even. My brain stopped.
Keizaron, switch to Starmie.
Oh yeah, because you were like, because it was like your Starmie kept dying, so you're like, well, I guess I'm running the Executor instead, and then you found the flipping Zapdos with Drill Peck in Union Cave, and it was like, well, I guess I'm switching to this now. Oh boy, that was that was a bit of an adventure finding a main.
Yeah, the early matchup between you guys looked like it was going to be Ice Beam Articuno versus Thunderbolt Zapdos. Now, Keys, you ended up hanging...
There wasn't a Thunderbolt Zapdos, it was Drill Peck.
It's Thunderbolt Starmie, excuse me, I misspoke.
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant to say, was the Starmie. But then you couldn't get the Starmie to live for more than 5 seconds.
Yeah, it was just dying left and right, too. Pretty much everything.
And then you had a moment with that... You had a moment with the Zapdos we saw where you could have sketched Thunder Punch and got paralyzed.
That was so sad because you're like, you got the flipping 10% Thunder Punch para from Miltank, and then it was like, but then luckily you got fully paralyzed after that, so you weren't able to sketch Crunch, and then eventually you got Thunder Punch anyway after it didn't really matter anymore. So. Yeah, but then like that was like, basically the extent of your bad luck in the contest. Keys spent a very long time trying to get second or third. That Miltank that was like level 11, like the other trainers just like had such low scores. Didn't you like win with 310 or something garbage like that? It was pretty garbage.
Low, yeah.
It was pretty garbage.
It took what, 12 or 13 balls for that Slowbro?
Yeah, geez, that was like
13 park balls for that Slowbro.
Goodness gracious! And
yeah,
you
this race had no business looking this close.
I was worried you might die to that. 'Cause I think one more, you're like
one more hit from anything, I would have died.
Jeez, Yeah.
I was at like it was either 4 or 6 health or 5 or somewhere around there.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
I don't know.
that completely like changed the tone of everything.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Really, the contest just doesn't like you, I guess.
So, I feel like I should feel bad about that, considering the conversation that we had earlier. Keys, actually, both times after you left the commentary channel, immediately after I said good luck, you left, and I was like, man, I hope he just gets the worst RNG.
Yeah, this is all Mizzle's fault, confirmed.
And like I was saying after the second time you left, where I was like super like, good luck. I was really hoping you'd pick up somewhere in there. Like, you know, he's probably being a jerk here. And sure enough, that bug catching contest was brutal. I mean, 13 balls to catch the slow bro. You reset, I think it was 4 or 5 times with either a winner or not placing. That bug catching contest was a monster.
The mill tank was a stretch, but when it used belly drum, I was like, okay, it has a chance to be second. I knew that one was a risk. I went to pick up the items anyway because I was like, well, if it's one of the items I need, then I can check. And if I need to reset, then I could check the non-contest items. So that one I wasn't too terribly upset with. Everything else after that, though, like the drowsy was a stretch, but the 11 mil tank was garbage. The slow bro not getting in was garbage. Like,
yeah. So when you like main switched to the Entei, was that like a tough decision, or was that a pretty easy one for you?
It was easy. Sacred Fire was gonna get Surf soon. Was gonna get Strength soon. Articuno dies to rocks. Articuno's crap.
Okay, fair enough. So was you getting headbutt for something like that? Like if there was a really good, but basically purely for if the Sudowoodo was good.
If Pseudo or Kenya was good, yeah, that's what headbutt was for.
Yeah, because I was like, it's only like 5 more power than Stomp, and then you flip it, and then like you just torch at the end. I was like, this man, he knows, he's got the strats.
I didn't plan on sticking with that Articuno if I could get rid of it.
Okay. I mean, it was doing all right with Ice Beam. It was just like, I guess, not killing things quite as fast as you wanted. And
well, that and like it didn't have the bulk that the Entei would have. Because if something sends something super effective Articuno's way, there's a chance that it's 4 times instead of 2 times. Whereas Entei is always going to be just 2 times. Period.
Yeah.
And like when I picked up the leftovers as well, like I was like, okay, well if I could find something relatively bulky, then that's going to be my go-to.
Yeah. In the end, did we actually see a rock move from anything besides that Togepi? I think because I was like, well, this might be a sign of things to come. Then I don't remember actually seeing another rock move after that.
I think I saw Ancient Power 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
It was in the Bucket, It was in Bugsy's gym once.
Oh, okay. Yeah, did you end up wasting any golds at all? I think that was just all necessary.
I used them all.
Yep. Pretty nice.
Like I had a way to get Fearow. I had a way to get Elixir. I didn't look, obviously. I had a way to do 7 Fly. I had the Bellsprout for a trade. I had that Kadabra info. We had the Aerodactyl info. Like
yes, Spearow I think ended up being Whirl Islands, Mount Mortar, and Tin Tower. So that wasn't going to work out.
Lovely.
Yeah, I was gonna say you think you have Spearow, but you didn't have. Spearow.
I mean, I didn't look. Obviously, that was a waste of time.
No.
Yeah. I don't think either of you checked the Kadabra, so I'm not sure where. I don't think we saw where that was. And then Aerodactyl was Ruins of Alf, which wasn't a great spot either.
Like considering how my catch luck was with that slow bro, I went for whatever route I could catch as little as possible. So
okay,
that was like a sign of things to come. If I didn't get that Vulpix, I knew where there is a couple of other things that could evolve, and I'm assuming that Arcanine was early, like 30, 31. I'm leaning more toward 31.
Yeah, 31.
Exactly 31.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah,
but running into the Vulpix made it a little easier.
Yeah, and then like you got Vulpix info, I think, in Price's gym anyway.
Yeah.
So that worked out all right.
I heard you guys mention sketch, so I'm wondering if Thunderbolt was sketched off of Nido Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what ShadowFrost did in the end. The Zapdos had, I think it was Drill Peck, Sketch. I can't even remember the other two moves. I don't think they were that good.
Not Outrage. It was
I can't remember, but yeah. Anyway, well, nothing worth mentioning anyway. But yeah, in the end, it was just a bit late to get that Thunderbolt. It was kind of after it was all useful.
Oh, Dynamic Punch. Yeah, it had.
Dynamic Punch, and then
Pedal Dance.
Oh yeah, it got Pedal Dance.
It learned Pedal Dance earlier.
Learned Pedal Dance, and then it did have like Minimize or something. Was that the other one? I want to say. I can't remember. I could be wrong. I don't know. I guess the other thing to say is we saw how many self-destruct explosions did we see on? I think ShadowFrost's end was most of it, but like we saw one on Keys from that Kingdra, and then we saw like 3 or 4 on ShadowFrost's end from like.
So we saw 4, and then Zapdos tried to learn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like boom everywhere because there was a Magikarp. What else? I just remember the Magikarp because it was pretty funny. There were a few others though. I can't remember what they were, but there was something in the dance theater. I think had it after living on a sliver. Oh, I think Lediba had it or something.
Yeah, Lediba. It was Lediba in the dance studio.
And then there was something else. Jeez,
Yeah,
what the heck? Kadabra's in garbage spots as well. What the heck is this trash? It's also in Ruins of Elf. Well, maybe you could have gotten the Kadabra and Aerodactyl right next to each other for an incredible comeback. But
that would have been amazing.
That would have been pretty great, but not this time. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of running out of things to say a bit. Do you guys have any more to add?
I have nothing good to say, so I will say nothing.
Dang.
But yeah, I think that would about wrap it up for us. Just a quick reminder, you guys, we do have a race coming up at 5 p.m. Eastern. That match will be Like a Noob 100 versus Technetium 43. Once again, right here on Randomania 2 at 5 o'clock Eastern.
Yep, that's in just over 1 hour.
Make sure you guys also check out the Randomania Randomizer Marathon taking place over on Randomania 1. That's going to be going all the way through the 30th, all the way through Friday. So make sure to check that out too. And guys, anybody have anything else to say before we sign off here?
Do we know who's commentating for that match?
Looks like it's Halcon Doll's going to be commentating that match. It looks like.
Right.
So look by the looks of things.
Keys, you wanna jump into the commentary team finally?
There's 2 already, so I'll pass this time.
All right. Well, with that being said, I guess that's going to do it for us on behalf of Keizaron, ShadowFrost, and Garfield the Lightning, as well as our restreamer J.K. Allen. Got to make sure we put those commands up in chat here. My name is Mizzlesticks. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing this race to you guys, and we will see you at 5 o'clock for the next race.
See you then.